Hi, it's Aiden at Leveler, and today we're going to be talking about some moderator do's and don'ts. In a world full of conversations, to build a welcoming and safe community requires really fine balance. And the best moderators out there, they are not just enforcers, they are protectors, they are guides, and they're community builders. Set clear rules, guidelines, and expectations. Not every community operates in the same way, so users need to be fully aware of what they can and what they can't do in this server. It's going to be a little bit of an unfair feeling to someone if, they're allowed to use some soft swear words in one Discord server, but then they get banned immediately for another without actually knowing what the rules were in the first place. So make sure this is one of the first things that people see, that it's very clear and it's well explained. Provide a space for education and understanding. Create perhaps a resource hub within your community. We actually have a video about that on our channel. So if you want to go check that out on how to build a resource hub, please go ahead and check it out. But Resource Hub is going to be a place where you can provide all of these community members with relevant links and documents that help them to enjoy the server more, but also ensure that they follow along with all of the rest of the guidelines. Communicate with transparency. Now, this one should be obvious, but perhaps not so much. It's really important that when you are communicating with your audience and with your users, that you're not hiding anything. You're not banning someone for an unknown reason. Like, everything should be well explained. Like, what is the thoughts behind these decisions that are being made, so that everyone can actually understand and see what is happening. If there was a raid on the server, announce, hey, sorry guys, there was a raid last night. For those of you who weren't there, there's some messages been deleted. If one of those happened to be yours, it just happened to be at the time of the raid, so I'm sorry that it's gone. There's nothing wrong with being open and transparent about those things. Engage with the community. Moderators shouldn't just be seen as enforcers. You're also members of this community, so engage with that community, have a little bit of fun, get involved, and be well known. In the best servers, the moderators are absolutely loved and they get along with everyone in the server. They are community builders at heart. And the final do, utilize moderation tools and bots. The amount of stuff that can go down in Discord servers and online is beyond us. We're not able to be there 24/7. We cannot monitor every single action, every single message, and be there within a second. And there are obviously going to be some very harmful pieces of content that could be posted to your Discord server. So make sure that you've configured your auto mod correctly and use other bots and tools that are out there to help manage sort of incoming raids and things like this when you're not always going to be present. If you do that well, then your server's going to be much safer. Being a great moderator isn't always just about what you do, it's also about the pitfalls that you avoid and can divide communities. The first one should be really obvious, but I've been in many communities where there's been a moderator that has gotten a little bit power hungry. Do not abuse the power and the privilege that you have been given. Remember, you're not just an enforcer, you're a guide, you're a community builder first and foremost. It's very easy that when you find a certain distaste in a conversation or you don't like something, despite it being a fairly friendly conversation or within your guidelines, I've seen moderators get a little bit power hungry and go straight for that ban button. Remember, if you set up certain rules like a 3-strike system, don't just jump the gun and go for the ban on the second if they didn't make a major infringement on those rules. Don't ignore feedback from your community. If your community keeps bringing up issues or problems or things that they care about and they're not really listened to or actioned upon, it can definitely lead to a community that starts to feel dissatisfied and can lead also to then a dying community where people won't stick around for much longer. Don't play favorites. I can't ban you. You're far too cute. You're far too cute. No bans. No bans for you. I know that there might be people in your Discord that you really like and have been part of the community for a long time and have contributed positively. But if they do step out of line at times, they need to be treated the same as anyone else. Chancho Pancho, shut up. Shut up. I'm going to have to ban you from the living room. The moment you start playing favorites and people pick up on that, you're starting to start losing your authority and the trust of other community members. Don't be inconsistent with how you apply actions to the rules that you've set out. Again, as I mentioned before, if you have a 3-strike system, make sure it's always a 3-strike system. No extra, no 4th, no 5th. And of course, if someone goes really out of line and you would normally ban them for it, make sure to ban them. You know, this really is a follow-up, of course, on these last rules. Do not micromanage every single conversation. I've been in Discords where everything that is going on, there's a moderator talking. Now, it's great to be involved in the conversation, but you don't need to be there all the time, because over-managed and over-moderated servers tend to be ones that then lose the authenticity of those servers. They lose the naturalness behind it. People will have to be left to engage with each other on their own, and if you're sitting there micromanaging and moderating every single conversation, then people are going to feel less likely to engage by themselves. In conclusion, moderation isn't about control, it's about fostering a safe and welcoming space for a community to thrive. Again, first and foremost, community builders. If you enjoyed this video and you thought it was helpful, please drop a subscribe, a comment, and a like. All those YouTube things. I've got to say it. I've got to say it. You can't not. I'll see you next time.